Once upon a time, there was a magical forest called the Whispering Woods. In this forest, the flowers were as colorful as a rainbow, and the trees were so tall they tickled the sky. Every morning, the forest woke up to the most beautiful sound in the world. This sound belonged to Melody. Melody was a tiny bird with wings as blue as the sea and a tummy as yellow as a lemon. Melody loved singing more than anything else. She simply never stopped. When the sun came up, cheep cheep cheep, flutter flutter. While eating breakfast, tra-la-la-la-la. While flying, whiz, tweet tweet, whiz. Everyone in the woods loved her, but sometimes Melody forgot to rest. She was very excited about the big, spring festival concert. She wanted to sing louder, longer, and faster than anyone else. There was only one day left until the concert. Melody perched on the very highest branch. She took a deep breath, puffed out her little chest, and tried to hit the highest note ever. Do, re, mi. She started. She wanted to go higher. Fa, so. And just as she was about to sing, la, squeak, hiss. Instead of a beautiful song, a funny noise came out of her throat, like a balloon losing its air. She tried again. She opened her beak, but no sound came out. Just a tiny, raspy whisper, ha. Ha. Melody was terrified. She flapped her wings and looked around. Her voice was gone. The big concert was tomorrow, and she couldn't sing a note. Big tears rolled down her cheeks. Just then, Sammy, the fastest squirrel in the woods, arrived holding a delicious acorn. Hello, Melody. Are you practicing for the concert? Asked Sammy cheerfully. Melody couldn't answer. She just shook her head and pointed to her throat. Sammy understood immediately. Oh dear. Has your voice run away? Don't worry. We must go to the one person who knows everything. We must see Dr. Oliver. Dr. Oliver was the oldest and wisest owl in the forest. He wore big glasses on the end of his beak and was always reading thick books. Sammy put Melody on his back, because she felt too sad to fly, and they climbed up the great oak tree. Scritch scratch, scritch scratch. Dr. Oliver opened his big, round eyes. He examined Melody. He looked at her beak, he listened to her throat. Then, he opened a big book. Said Dr. Oliver. My diagnosis is clear, tired voice syndrome. You have sung too much, little one, and your musical strings are worn out. Melody looked worried. Will I get better? Her eyes asked. Dr. Oliver smiled kindly. Of course you will. But you must follow the 3-step recovery recipe. And be warned, this recipe is very quiet. Melody listened carefully. Step 1, cool water from Silver Lake, first, said Dr. Oliver. To cool down your throat, you must drink a sip of cool water from Silver Lake. But Barney must fetch it for you. Step 2. Golden honey, next, continued the owl. To soften your throat, you must eat a drop of golden honey from the beehive. Step 3, the blanket of silence, and the hardest part, said Dr. Oliver seriously. After taking your medicine, you must not say a single word until the sun comes up. No chirping. No tweeting. Just resting. Melody nodded. She could do this. They set off immediately. First stop, Silver Lake. By the lake, a giant green frog named Barney was sunbathing. Crank! Crank! Sammy explained what happened. Barney hopped into the water at once. Plop! A moment later, he came back with a lily pad holding fresh, ice-cold water. Melody drank the water slowly. Gulp, gulp, gulp. Ah! The scratchy feeling in her throat felt a little better. It was so cooling. Second stop, the big beehive. The bees were busy working. BZZZZZZZ. BZZZZZZZ. Sammy asked the queen bee politely. The queen bee loved Melody's songs very much. She placed a single drop of honey on a small leaf. Melody ate the honey. It was so sweet and soft, it coated her throat like cotton wool. Now for the hardest part, step 3, silence. Melody went back to her nest. The sun was setting. The sky turned orange, pink, and purple. It was so beautiful that Melody wanted to sing a big song about it. She opened her mouth. But then she remembered Dr. Oliver's words, not a single sound until the sun comes up. Melody closed her mouth. Instead, she just watched. She listened to the wind blowing through the leaves, whoosh. She listened to the stream far away, trickle trickle. She listened to the crickets playing their violins, chirp chirp. Melody had never been this quiet before. And in the silence, she realized that the forest was singing its own song. She had been so busy singing herself that she had never listened to others. Melody lay down on her soft mossy bed. She closed her eyes. Her throat felt warm, and her body was resting. In the middle of the night, a cheeky squirrel dropped a pine cone. Thud! Melody wanted to squeak in surprise, but she stopped herself. She covered her beak with her wing. Shush, she thought. I am healing. I must be patient. Morning came. The sun lit up the forest with golden light. It was the day of the spring festival. All the animals, rabbits, squirrels, tortoises, and hedgehogs, gathered in front of the big stage. The big stage was actually a giant mushroom. Dr. Oliver flew down to Melody. Good morning, Melody. Did you follow the recipe? Melody nodded. She still hadn't said a word. Very good, said Dr. Oliver. Now, go on stage and sing with your heart. You don't need to shout, just feel it. Melody stood on the mushroom, trembling a little. Everyone was looking at her. Would her voice work? Or would it make that terrible squeak sound again? Melody took a deep breath. She thought about the wind she heard last night. The water, the crickets. And she opened her mouth. At first, a very soft, silky sound came out, la. It wasn't loud like before. But it was so clear, so pure, and full of feeling that every animal in the forest held their breath. Melody continued her song. Her voice flowed like the water of Silver Lake and felt as sweet as golden honey. Tra-la-la-la-la, tweet tweet. When the song finished, there was a moment of deep silence. Then, clap 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 clap. The whole forest started cheering. Sammy whistled, Barney croaked happily, and Oliver flapped his wings. Melody was surprised. She hadn't sung her loudest, but everyone liked it even more. After the concert, Dr. Oliver winked at her. You see, Melody. Sometimes the strongest voice is a rested voice. I am proud of you for giving yourself time to heal. From that day on, Melody sang again. But not every single minute. Sometimes she just stopped, listened to the forest, rested her throat, and saved her songs for the most special moments. And if you ever visit the Whispering Woods, listen very carefully. You might just hear Melody's silky, rested, and happy voice. The end.